Sound test 1, 2, 3. Hi, hi, hi. Actually, I don't know how interesting this content will be. We'll see about that. But I have Claude Premium and I have ChatGPT Premium. Only free version of Gemini. I guess I could also buy for 1 month the paid version, but I don't think Gemini is crazy strong at competitive programming. I think that ChatGPT is the best at problem solving, and generally the Claude is the best for coding for big projects. I want to delete that. When using AI, the issue for me will also be the confidential stuff. I'm not sure how to approach that in the future, in the next months, when I want to do a lot of classes, I want to do live streams. Now, okay, let's actually start the stream. First of all, as always, I will advertise the free classes. If you're a high school student and you're preparing for IY, or eventually you want to prepare for IY, Harborspace now organizes free classes that I teach, and they will be ongoing for the next few months. If you want to register at one of the 2 groups of difficulty, you can do it here. So those are free Olympiad classes by Harborspace. Link is in the chat. And big thanks to Harborspace for doing this, also for sponsoring my streams. Now, let me clarify a few things. First of all, the title is kind of stupid because I know that yes, AI can solve Codeforces problems. That's not really the question that I want to answer. The question is how good the AIs are at solving hard problems, how fast they do it, and whether I want to use Claude in the terminal for something. So, few more clarifications. I don't really like AI. That's first of all. I think that how it affects my life is that competitive programming online is worse because of AI, because it's impossible to detect cheaters. I hate that. For my whole life, for half my life, for the past 15 years, I'm doing competitive programming, and I love the fact that it's an online thing where you can participate every week in a competition, you keep track of your rating, and you improve. And now the online competitions will not be important anymore. There are some other things like, resources usage. Another thing is, another reason why I don't like AI is how it affects me personally, meaning that I'm not sure about my job in 10 years. The job of teaching algorithms, let's say, will be affected. Also, the same goes for many people working in research or academia. That being said, AI is still useful, and I want to start using it more and more. Already maybe 3 months ago, I started using it more, and I want to use it more because it's a useful tool. Doesn't mean that I like it. Another thing is I want to use it more, including the job. In particular, I think that my teaching content will become better because of that. In particular, I can create more if I start using it. And for that, I need to understand how to do it. I need to learn to use it well. Just today, what I did is I actually installed Claude on my system for the first time. So far, I only used ChatGPT just in browser. I would open ChatGPT and would ask it stuff. I would use it for research, also for stuff related to algorithms and for teaching. Like, find me problems of this kind. I think it's extremely useful. But now I want to also use it for coding, and eventually I want to be more efficient at creating educational content, including articles. So just quickly creating visualizations too. And also I want to learn, I want to do visualizations with, I think it's called Manim community. Manim, let me search the name. Yes, Manim by 3 Blue 1 Brown. Visualization. So if you might recognize this style of images. That is, first it was used by 3 Blue 1 Brown, but now there is a Python library where everybody can, for example, visualize algorithms using it. I think it's very nice. I know how limited my style of teaching and drawing is, even though still it's not that bad, but I want to become better. And now with AI, what I can do is actually not learn the library, just talk with AI and work on visualization. That's something I want to learn in the next few weeks. Yeah, and actually the first thing I will show you is what I did like an hour ago. Let me show you my Gemini. I think I want to share the conversation. Link copied. Okay. This is from 1 hour ago. Let me see if there's nothing private here. I think we are fine. Another reason why I don't like AI. Also, one more thing to check. Yeah. I said how to solve this competitive programming problem, and it's a link to AdCoder problem that I solved a few days ago. AdCoder regular contest, task E. It's quite difficult. Actually, so to be honest, during the contest I got 90% there. I passed the samples, I got wrong answer, and then I absolved just after the contest. I even made a live stream with that. I asked this, and the Gemini answered something very stupid, unrelated to this task. And I asked, did you access the official editorial, or did you come up with the solution by only using the problem statement? Directly from the statement. At the end, it glazed me. It said, for a walkthrough of DP state transitions and inversion counting in string permutation problems, Ericta's DP tutorial offers detailed explanations. And it's a valid link to my YouTube stream from a few days ago, which includes AdCoder regular contest, so includes solution to E. So it's actually not a DP tutorial. I do have DP tutorials, but the link is not for that. But the fun thing is that it's all unrelated. I said, what is the problem statement that you solved? And here comes the best part. It's just beautiful. I owe you an apology. I hallucinated a generic AdCoder string swapping problem instead of telling you directly that I couldn't access the link. Beautiful. This is really great. I don't have words to describe it. Because I couldn't reach atcoder.jp directly, I attempted to retrieve the problem details via search. When that failed, I mistakenly filled in the gaps. I don't know what gaps, it was just one big gap, with a standard minimum swaps of ABC under K operations problem, rather than telling you I didn't have the text. What's also funny to me is that AI knows that AdCoder has some standard style of problems, including some operations that you want to count or measure, I don't know, the number of strings that you can get. So really, it is a generic AdCoder string swapping problem. It's just great comedy. If you can paste the text of that problem, I would be glad to explain the solution to the actual problem. Then I remember I switched to the more advanced version, because this was an option. It just again said something stupid, and only then I pasted the screenshot, and then it solved it in a correct way. I again asked if he accessed official editorial or not. He said no. Actually, I don't know much about DeepSeek. Anyway, I'm not going to use Gemini too much. Also, clarification is that all of this is a free version, and let's leave it like that. From now on, I will compare ChatGPT with Claude, and that's it. So yeah, Claude and ChatGPT we'll use today. You can close that. What's interesting, I think, is that when I asked both of them about the same problem, they found a solution, but ChatGPT did it quickly, but also it said that it accessed the editorial. Claude took multiple minutes, produced something. Now, also today we will do something in the terminal. So I'm learning this stuff, but for example, I asked Claude for the solution, and it outputted something that is formatted like a LaTeX file with, you know, the dollar signs. I asked it to save to a text file, I don't know how to pronounce it, and to compile it to PDF. And actually, I didn't read it, but I'm impressed how professional it looks. So certainly I need to keep in mind that for anything that needs to look good, I want to use AI in the future. Writing such a scientific thing, including proper, you know, math notation for everything, would take me really a lot of time. Maybe all of this is stupid. I mean, I know it's related to the problem solution. I don't know how efficient it is. I don't know if it's a good editorial, but it looks good. So I need to know that from now on, for editorials, I want at least help from AI, because the fact that it is able to generate this in a few minutes, it's great. It would take me easily more than 1 hour, and I think with all the checks and polishes, just maybe, I don't know, 3 hours to do something like that at least. Codeforces will come and give agents to users like artificial intelligence Olympiads? I don't think so. In particular, Codeforces is big, and it would cost a lot to provide all users something. Okay, that's some strategy. I didn't expect this from you using AI. What do you mean? I mean, it's a tool. I don't like it, but it's not that I will say, oh no, I'm offended and I will never use it. In particular, I hate the fact that AI will it already did mess up competitive programming online. I'm sad about it. Still, I need to adapt. And in particular, I want now to ask both for the code, and I will just submit it and Coder and we'll see what happens. In particular, here I want to implement a C++ solution and save to e.cpp file. And on the side, I will do the same in ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, I will try to do it outside of your view, because I used it for the past months and I don't want too much of my data to leak. I think there is nothing terrible there, but still, I would prefer to not show it on the screen. So, was there explain solution? Yeah, okay, so write C++ code for that add coder e problem. Enter, okay. For both ChatGPT and Claude, I have the premium version worth around $20 or $30 per month. So it should be comparable, I think. Yeah, I have paid version of both. I think it's roughly the same. Now, this AdCoder problem will not really be the best, because already the ChatGPT generated something. it will not be the best because there is an editorial. But in a moment, what I want to do is I want to find a problem without editorial out there. Maybe I will use something from a Polish competition, just without editorial, and then I want to compare. So this is ChatGPT. Submit. Cloud is still working. Also, we'll keep track of the usage, which I think I have here. Okay, so right now I think I can show this. In Claude, I am at 9% of the usage right now of the $20 version, and it will reset in half an hour. Let me check what I have actually. ChatGPT pricing. What I have is called ChatGPT Plus. So it's around $20–30 per month. If AI was available 10 years ago or maybe 20 years ago, I don't think I would that heavily go into competitive programming. I think it makes the online aspect so much worse. Only on-site competitions will now be really reliable in terms of testing how good people are. Use Fable model this. All right. We'll try. I mean, let it finish. Oh, generating a max size. What does it do? Write ECPP, compile, both match expected outputs. Let me fetch the full inputs for sample 3 to fully validate. What happens next? Including the third one that had verified. Also, is the screen readable for you? This screen? I mean, I can increase the font. Also, I can change the background opacity. Okay. Max size case. Theoretical worst case. One switch. Okay, this is nice. Max N, max M. Max worst case runs in 50 milliseconds. Just from curiosity, what compilation command did you use? What flags? I wonder if it used O2. Yeah, G++ O2. Okay, implementation summary something. Now I want, not this, less. So today is my first day using any AI in terminal, so forgive me if I'm doing something stupid. We have ECPP, all right. Now I want to here e.cpp. So the ChatGPT worked, and now I want to submit Claude. Yeah, I know that AdCoder is training AI with user solutions. I mean, AdCoder is selling the data. To be honest, as a company, I would do the same. I think it's worth a lot of money. And I didn't even bother to opt out because really whatever. So I'm aware that, for example, I produce things on YouTube and there will be AI learning on my videos and my speech, whether I like it or not. I can maybe opt out just in YouTube specifically, but still somebody will illegally, crawl it. So whatever, I don't care. It's not that I'm happy about it, but I don't care. For now, I'm not good at multiple agents and all that stuff. Also, both codes worked. It's readable good. I don't think that competitive programming is useless. Yeah, now you're saying model. What models By default, I'm using Sonnet 5, efficient for routine tasks. There is Fable 5, most... I didn't know that mouse will do anything. Model. Fable 5, most capable for your hardest and longest running tasks, requires usage credits. I thought that all require usage credits, don't they? Then there is Opus with 1 million context. Best for everyday complex tasks. Can you compare Sonnet, Fable, and Opus? Sonnet is bad. Okay. Then we'll change. Also in ChatGPT I can choose. Oops. I mean in just the... I didn't install ChatGPT, the OpenAI code, however it's called. In chat I have an option between choosing instant, medium, high, and pro. If I switch to chat work, then I can choose between Sol, Terra, Luna. I can also choose effort and speed. I'm not really an expert. So what? So there is this price. Okay, so Fable is the strongest. Opus is medium, right? Is Fable strictly stronger than Opus? The hardest reasoning problems. So I'm guessing for a very hard problem, Fable would be good. Max plans. I don't have a max plan. So can I even choose model? Can I choose that? Is that allowed? Purchased separately from your plan. What if I say yes? I'm worried about what will happen. Okay, let me change it back. So the Claude starting from today I got from Harbor Space. So far I used ChatGPT and I paid the $20 per month. Okay, I will just use Opus, or maybe, let me ask. I have sorry, not ChatGPT, Claude team from my company. What will happen if I choose Fable? Will company pay extra for my usage? How many hours do you work in average? It's very hard to say in my job. I have no idea. If you count hours in front of a computer, it's certainly way less than 40 per week. I don't know, maybe 25 hours per week. But so much time, my mind is occupied with thinking about things related to work and problems in competitive programming way more than that. So really hard to say. I think that my average work time is below 40 hours per week, but it's hard to say. ChatGPT not good for coding, but I think it's very good for solving problems. Okay. Okay, I want to use each. Wait, where is the answer to my question? What happened? Oh, is this the answer? Do I have usage credits? Oh, I think I switched. Wait. Model. No, I'm not at Fable. What's going on? Oh, it switched for me. Right? Yeah. So model. Now I will just use Opus. And because I keep using all of that in full screen, can I do preferences, appearance, transparency, just very tiny transparency. Maybe a little bit bigger. Let's use that. Okay. Maybe I didn't want to do this, but model Opus. Okay, so I will just use Opus. Can I do usage? Oh, nice. Thank you for the suggestion of this comment. Here you can see AI ranking, LiveBench AI. Actually, I knew that there is something, so I knew that there is this PDF, this research. You're suggesting LiveBench.ai. That. But what do I care about? I don't know what I care about. Cost per successful task. So it seems that Claude Fable Max is extremely expensive, and then GPT is more reasonable. Okay. I'm sorry that today I cannot go through many messages, but I'm happy about the fact that many people are watching and commenting, but yeah, it will be harder for me. And to be honest, I've read only like 20% of your messages. I mean, yeah, in the US government does strange things, so whatever. Okay, I'm done with the chat messages. So what I want to do now is grab some problem that maybe I know how to solve, but perfectly doesn't have a full online solution. And I just want to see what's the workflow, how long I need to wait. I think that still there are no current IOI. The IOI 2026 doesn't have official editorial. So let's maybe first, what are the 6 tasks in IOI 2026? I will also on my second monitor ask the same thing to ChatGPT. 6 tasks in IOI 2026. Then I will want it to give me a full editorial, to explain a solution to me for a hard problem. I will want maybe a PDF, and then I will want some code. I just want to experiment and see how well it works. Of course, this will be very small sample. Just if we see that here one does better than the other, it's not too much information. I think it's better to use that benchmark website. But I want to understand the workflow. Now, ChatGPT took 8 seconds, by the way, to answer this question. I see that Claude is very detailed. Even earlier, I asked it for the code for some problem, and it spent way more time, but also it did testing. It created tests from scratch. I will be aware of that, yes. Okay, so those are the tasks. And now, are there official editorial? Or maybe not official. Are there editorials available? Same to ChatGPT. I certainly don't want now to increase its effort because already it takes a lot of time. It seems that Claude is, so far, my first impression is that Claude is good for big amount of work with multiple files and for work being done in the background, at least this terminal version. Versus when I use ChatGPT in the website, it's good for just some quick checks. That's my current thought. Lowest rated Codeforces problem, it will fail. I don't know. If you tell it to solve all the problems from easiest, let's say ChatGPT, and it will try something 800 and so on, I think after 100, maybe after 300 problems, it will fail. In other words, I'm estimating that it has 0.3% probability of making a mistake in a trivial problem. And it will eventually happen. For Claude, hard to say if it's also testing things. Maybe it has then better accuracy, but it's, slower. What exists? Official tasks packages. There is solutions directory. So there are codes. There are statements. Live commentary streams. Are those my streams? Or the... Oh, it doesn't open. I wonder, can I control? Yeah, control. Yeah, my stream. And available there. Historically, IOI doesn't publish written editorials at all. That's bullshit. No, that's not true. Find official editorial of IOI 2025. So this is, I know this is incorrect. Also, I think I might increase the font just a little bit for the sake of the stream. Appearance, it's not here. Where is it? So it uses the system font. Then I would prefer not to change it. Tell me if you think that you would gain a lot from bigger font size. Also, ChatGPT said there is no complete official editorial set. And it said Codeforces discussions contain full explanation for ball machine. So I will show you this. Full solution for ball machine, solution sketches for this, full score construction for Magic City, and this. Independent write-up covering all of that. Well, certainly I prefer this answer more. Claude didn't check, I think, the Codeforces. There is no official written editorial for IOI 2025. What will ChatGPT say? Find official editorial for IOI 2025. One investment advice for me. Yeah, do not day trade. Day trading is stupid. It's just gambling. You're welcome. Tutorial on cheating. Yeah, I wondered whether I will do more harm than good. Generally, I wondered if I will do harm just by doing what I'm doing during this stream. And I decided that, well, what should I do? I should pretend during my streams that AI doesn't exist. So yeah, but if, by the way, somebody here thinks that I'm actually harming the community even by doing this live stream, I understand your approach. I understand why you think that. I don't agree, but I understand. And find official editorial for IOI. Well, the ChatGPT found it. Official IOI 2025 archive. No written, so it shows this. What happened? Not sure what happened. Is this? I did some function in the browser. Separate views. Okay. Anyway, so it found the proper link, but it doesn't understand that the zip with solution to all problems. I think it has. Actually, wait. Is there no editorial? Oh, maybe I am stupid. Maybe AI is correct. What I know is that historically IOI does have editorials. I know it from some old IOIs, but I think that indeed there are no official solutions. Wait. So question to people in the chat, especially those from that IOI, maybe, I don't know, maybe here somebody is from organizers of IOI. Are there official written editorials from IOI 2025? Okay, I know you're joking that this is a tutorial on cheating, but still, I wonder what is your opinion. Do you think that such a live stream hurts because it shows that AI solves problems? In particular, the fact that I'm here comparing, I want to understand, you know, what AI is better at solving problems. And yeah, I know about that, but when you do something like refresh the website, it shows it back. Also, it has memory. I don't know, it seems a little bit scary. But Claude I started using today, so it doesn't know anything about me, at least not much. What is here? This. Okay, well, ChatGPT earlier told me what solutions it found. So second day there is classroom game, Magic City, partition. Let's talk about classroom game. Yeah. So I want solve IOI 2026 classroom game. Briefly explain the solution to me. No code. Okay, this and the same to ChatGPT. I will copy this command. Also, I don't have a know-how of what actually I should optimally type in the terminal. I'm sure that it is important what I type here. And I think it might help to do something like, I don't know, don't focus on one approach for too long, try different approaches. When around 2 weeks ago, somebody solved another open problem, they also shared a PDF with the command prompt. I wonder if I can find it. Actually, I will ask AI to find it for me in a moment. Yes, they are taking measures, they do whatever they can. But I think that it's clear that in CP, it's harder to detect cheaters than, for example, in chess. Because in chess, you have things like You can see how often people make mistakes, like blunders, how often they do a move that many people wouldn't do, but a chess engine finds it. There should be different heuristics. I'm sure that with history of games, you can train AI to detect what move is likely by a strong human versus by actual chess engine. And with that, you can detect cheaters if they're consistent. Of course, in chess online, there is no way to detect that somebody will just sometimes use the engine, right? In competitive programming, it's way worse. Yeah, I mean, competitive programming isn't dead. It's worse because the online rating will not matter that much. My estimate for the number of cheaters? I'm guessing that it's 10%. But as well, it could be 1%, it could be 50%, for what I know. But I'm guessing 10%. What is this? Let me see. I mean, I know that the link is here, but it doesn't have written editorials, right? Maybe not super easy, but yes, it's easier. And I agree with that. Wait. Aren't you contradicting yourself? AI doesn't kill online chess that much because it's super easy to detect chess cheating, super easy to detect cheating. Oh, Codeforces cheating. Okay. You're not stupid. I am stupid. Sorry. You're saying that Codeforces cheating is undetectable if you're not doing something stupid. I mean, no. I think it is detectable, but you would need to spend some effort then to not go undetected. For what should change and what will change, for example, is that Codeforces rating shouldn't matter, for example, to get a job interview. At least shouldn't matter that much. We are at 4 minutes with the Claude thinking about IOI 2026 hard problem. What about ChatGPT in the background? Wait, where is it? I lost the page. Oh, here it is. After ChatGPT, after 4 minutes, 3 minutes 49 seconds, got something. I will show at least part of it here. Full score solution uses papers of length at most 2. Sorry for a spoiler. And there is some brief solution here. I wanted to scroll, but that was it. So it's like just less than 1 page long. And now I will ask ChatGPT write C++ code for this problem for 100 points. And I will in a moment do that here. Oh yeah, and Claude was just half a minute slower. So it's almost the same. Also, what is the usage right now? It's okay. And it will reset there. Can I, by the way, check usage in... Can I check usage limits in ChatGPT? And then I will ask it for the code. So here we got a solution, and it's of similar length. Later I will ask for the LaTeX file. Peltorator answered, my opinion is rather sad. I think there is no way to save online competitive programming contests. I personally quit in February. I'm rather optimistic about IY, ACPC, other on-site competitions, and CCP futures similar to chess. I understand and I mostly agree. If it was my if I was still doing competitive programming as a participant, I would consider giving up now the online contests. And I also agree that on-site contests will live. And it's interesting that it will be rewarding not to cheat because of the on-site contests, if those matter. Yeah, that's good. But I think I will keep it like this, where Claude I use on the screen. Okay, worked for, oh, I wanted to now, no, not magic. Copy the command of writing the code. Save to, what problem are we solving? Magic City? No. Yes? Classroom game. AI generated texts are having hidden watermarks. I don't know details about that. Maybe they do. But, you know, it's not that, well, I will not go into detail. Anyway, I don't think watermarks are something strong in competitive programming. High-rated chess players know when it is possible to cheat and how without getting caught. I think that me, as a mediocre player, I think I would be the bottom 20% in chess.com. I think I would be able to get to top 50% without being detected if I tried. That's my guess. But I'm not going to test it because any kind of cheating in such online contests, whether it's Codeforces or chess, it makes the experience worse for others. So I will not test my theory. I wish I was born a few years ago. Understandable. I see a lot of high-rated participants losing a lot of rating in the past half a year. But the question was about Division 2C. What you're saying is that maybe a lot of people who beat people who are honestly in the top cheat. So I think that the statistics might be different at the bottom and at the top of the leaderboard. I think that in the top it might be worse, meaning that it's more than 10%. I will share a related thought that I will show you my rating and SwissTag. So, I mean, it's completely different, right? I didn't participate much for the past 5 years. And he keeps participating, and it seems stable red, but now he's getting close to yellow. What, at least my situation is that if I keep trying to participate, and now I'm just out of shape, okay? So it's normal that the performance isn't the best. My knowledge is okay. My, I don't know, my speed, my both implementation and just ability to quickly come up with the necessary observations isn't perfect. What might affect me and my job actually is that when I keep dropping, I eventually will get, for example, different color in the forum, in the community, and I don't want that, so I will just stop participating, to be honest. Even though I was once LGM and I thought that, yeah, I don't care about it that much, but I don't want to be L, so I will just not participate. I don't know what he will do. And AI certainly has some effect here, but what I think would be nice is if we use top rating instead of current rating for the displayed color. Then I can keep participating, and I don't care that much if AI now affects the leaderboard. Because if AI affects the leaderboard, and because of that it affects current rating and just the color, yeah, that's sad. It's not true that Codeforces never cared. I think that there are few people in the world who care more about competitive programming than Mike Mirzayanov. I think you just don't understand how much work it is. I think that Mike is in like top 5 in the world of how much he contributed to the competitive programming and how much effort he spends. In terms of total contribution, he might be top 1. There are just some people who very much care. And yeah, I don't like I strongly disagree with the opinion of Codeforces, for example, tried too little even before AI to combat cheating. Oops. Oh, I can do this. Okay. So still Claude thinks about the code. ChatGPT took 2 minutes. And we have some code, which I'm going to now submit in Codeforces. Um, 2026 contests. Day 2. Classroom game. Submit. Well, I'm not happy that I will mess up the statistics, but I hope it's fine. So this is ChatGPT. It took 2 minutes. I'm testing Claude and ChatGPT. Both are $20 per month versions. You can record all your participations in online contests. That's very interesting idea. I like it. Yeah, you can do that. But you know, it's interesting that I'm sure that a lot of job interview is also automated now. It will be AI who goes through CVs, resumes to find candidates to actually interview by a human. First, they will be interviewed by a robot. So I wonder if now AI will go through such a video. I got into Codeforces a couple of months ago. It's sad that there are so many cheaters. Because of that, I think it's better to compete with your friends and talk about problems. The global ranking and the rating of Codeforces doesn't matter that much anymore. AI is allowed. I think that for a moment, maybe they make sense, but in 1 year, it will not make too much sense of contests with AI being allowed, because it will be just pay to win, where a human input doesn't matter that much. I think the time is already close to finish when it helps to be good at competitive programming and having access to strong AI compared to just having access to strong AI. In terms of, solving CP problems, there are a lot of other skills that translate in some way to other parts of the job of software engineering. Yay, I'm smart. That was ChatGPT. 4 minutes of thinking about a solution, then 2 minutes of coding. Yeah, it makes me sad too. Now also I will ask it for produce an editorial in form of .tex file. Claude is still doing it, but also it tested and did a lot of things. Does it test in parallel? Oh, this is dangerous. I wonder how many cores did it use? 10 threads. Whoa. Crazy. I mean, I will minimize this for a moment. Actually, I need to be careful with stuff like that. HTOP. Right now, 1 core was busy. I should monitor it later. I mean, I know how dangerous AI engines might be. I'm already surprised here. I mean, this is a virtual machine, what you're looking at with Ubuntu. I don't have a lot of stuff there. Still, I'm worried that there might be something confidential in other directories with, problems that aren't public yet. That's an example. Of course, I'm double scared because it's a live stream and it might even show something that is confidential. So, scary. But for example, I didn't think that it can use multiple cores of my CPU. People who were already top rated maybe are not more likely to cheat, but people who were close to the top are more likely to cheat. It's not true that people in the top of something are honest by default. You can see that in video speedrunning. If you search for something like, let me search a proper YouTube channel. Speedrunning cheater. Carl Jobst. This is an example channel, Carl Jobst, who exposes a lot of cheaters in video games. And that's stuff like speedrunning in, I don't know, Mario or something. And, people spend, it's a kind of a hobby or maybe for somebody a job if it involves streaming, but they spend hundreds or thousands of hours, maybe sometimes more than 10,000 hours on a single video game to fight for the record. And the fact that you can possibly fight against cheaters and automatic assisted tools, anything like that, it's terrible. And if you watch some videos here, you will realize that often it's people who fight for the top one who cheat. Or maybe people who were the top one for the past few years, eventually you realize that they cheated, but still they are some of the best. I don't remember well, but I think in some of those videos, it's a person who is actually either the best in the world or maybe in top 3 who cheats. And sometimes it is to maybe be just a little better, to something that also could be explained just with luck. I will scroll through the chat for a moment. More than 10%, maybe. Falling from IGM to like this. Yeah, stupid colors. Actually, I will maybe today write a blog asking, hey, let's use the colors of max rating, not the current. Top rating for displayed color is much better. Okay, I will write the blog, you upvote. Okay, done? We have a deal. There isn't 15 minutes delay in a stream. There is 15 minutes delay in me going through the chat messages. Actually, okay, I will now scroll the past 10 minutes of comments. Sorry about that. There's nothing else I can do. No, it wasn't really requested. It was my idea to do it. But certainly it is very hot topic. Okay, so now it took way more time. ChatGPT was 2 minutes. What is here? Written. Let me write the solution and the local test harness. Blah, blah, blah. What it implements, the strategy I described. Sure, verification. So it used multi-threading, 10 processes. Exactly as CMS runs. Interesting. So it downloaded tests. Do I understand correctly? Did you download the official tests? I also wasn't aware that it can use a lot of internet, which is fine for me. It's local connection. I'm not really limited. Why exactly 10 processes? I need to also be aware that it might use a lot of disk space. Very sad story, by the way. When I once had an internship in IMTech, a high-frequency trading company in Russia, it was multiple years ago, it was before the war, so that was in Moscow. On Friday afternoon, before leaving work, I ran some big solution that was supposed to run for around 50 hours, and I left it for the weekend for it to run. I used SSH. I had access to some machine that would do something. I got back on Monday, and it turned out that after a few hours, I first didn't understand what's going on. It was strange errors. It turned out that the machine ran out of disk space. So I used already the 500 gigabytes that I had access to, and I would need around 2 terabytes. So I needed to ask for more space, and then I needed to run the program again. Waste of time. No, I don't think so. If Carlsen started cheating, none would ever know. Likely, yes. But I'm not talking about top rating ranking on the right. I'm talking about displayed colors. And yes, I agree that it will favor people who competed a long time ago. Which code? The Claude or ChatGPT creates ugly code? Right. So now, what do we have here? We have classroom.cpp. It's hard for me to judge the quality of the code just looking at this. Both, it is unreadable. I'm guessing that it's better than an average code written by a participant of IOI. It's not great, but also I'm sure that I could ask it, make it better, polish it, make it easier to read. I want to submit again. So this is Claude. I hope that I will not be banned from Codeforces for what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know, not a priority right now. Also, let's look at the ChatGPT code. It seems normal. All right, now I asked ChatGPT. What did I ask? Too many tabs open. Gemini I can close. Live bench I can close. This thing, let it stay. Okay, I have the LaTeX file. Actually, how to pronounce .tex. Okay, I will use text and LaTeX. Can I ask ChatGPT produce a PDF file from this text file? Monokai. Every rating it can solve. Codeforces has rating up to 3,500, I think, of problems. It can solve even the hardest problems now. It's bannable, but I'm not using it during a contest, right? I'm assuming that used for hints during the contest. So yes, it's of course not good. You shouldn't do it. I'm here doing a problem from competition that already happened. I don't know if I should say that out loud, but please, people, do not cheat. It makes the thing, it might be a hobby, it might be a job for me, but also it's a hobby, and it's a thing that I did for half of my life, and I really, really like competitive programming. And I hate AI for making competitive programming online worse. Yeah, I think it solves even the hardest problems. It got full score in IOI and ICPC. I want to download file. This is a PDF produced by ChatGPT. This is ugly. The bullet points with empty. Okay, but it's very long. There's time complexity. So that's that, and I will put the same command or similar command in Claude. What did I tell ChatGPT to do? Write an editorial in what is this, classroom.txt, and compile it to classroom.pdf. I'm not sure it's pulling solutions from the internet, but for this IOI problem, the thinking and coding time was similar between the two AIs. And there isn't official editorial. There are certainly some notes, but also it's already clear that AI is on this level. So all seemed reasonable. That being said, when just before the stream I asked ChatGPT for a solution to some recent AdCoder problem, it quickly provided a solution. Then I asked, did you use editorial? And it said, yes, I did. I'm not sure that's true for the most recent ICPC. Wasn't the ICPC case that they actually brought the hardware on site and it was very limited in terms of power? So I recall from, I think, a year ago that it was crazy high computing power, but also I recall somebody saying that recently it was just equivalent to maybe $10,000. Or maybe even less than that. Yeah, so I think that now, I think that me with a paid plan, I can just solve all ICPC problems from the most recent World Finals just with between Claude and ChatGPT. Maybe you're right. But it is on this level. If not now, it will be in half a year. Maybe I should. Yeah, I think that I make a lot of mistakes, and my style is very unprofessional. So certainly it would be much different, the style of what happened if you tell AI to mimic my style of teaching. But I think the best would be something in between. So what I will try to do in the next months, I will try to learn to teach more efficiently using AI as a tool. I don't know what is optimal order of preparing an article. Let's say I want to write an article on, let's say, segment trees. How should I do it? Should I first write an article briefly, then tell AI, work with that, make it longer and bigger, and then I go after that? Or should it be reversed, more like it writes the first article, then I modify, and then it checks after me? I don't know. I wonder if there is some online know-how of what to do. Because, what is the big YouTube channel with free tutorials? Well, let me ask AI about it. I recall a huge YouTube channel with free online tutorials from different sources. It's really huge. What is the name? It was somebody's name starting with W, I think. Like Winsett William. No, it's not this. It's none of them. Oh, free code camp, I think. Yeah. Free Code Camp did a video with know-how and tips on making educational videos. Find it. No, it wasn't William Lin. I will mostly today not have time for such questions, but is it a valuable hobby? I think you should do it if you enjoy it. You said that you enjoy it, so yeah, it's a valuable hobby. It's way better. I mean, I think it's still way better and more useful for your job than something else like, puzzles, Sudoku. And it's so much better than watching TV. So yes, it's a valuable hobby. I play volleyball. Do you think it's useful? Not really. I'm sure that competitive programming as a hobby is way more useful. It trains your brain. It will improve your skills in software engineering. It will make it easier to get a job. It's still very valuable. Just the online part now has a lot of cheaters, and because of that, the rating doesn't matter that much. I think that's it.
Hello, my name
is... So many years ago, there was this 1-hour video that I watched already more than twice, I think, so 3 times, with a lot of tips and advice from different people of what they think about teaching programming. And there are different advice there, about the sound, about the style, about using YouTube. And I will give you an example tip. For a big project, what you want to do is you want to create the full project first, make all the code, then you can cheat in the form of put it on the side, but now you try to recreate it from scratch. But when needed, you just open the existing project on the side, and you can even rewrite the line by line to make it efficient and to make less mistakes when you actually teach the project. It's advice like that. And the reason why I searched for it now is that what I would really appreciate is the same thing, but for how to use AI in teaching, in particular in teaching math or competitive programming. If somebody has a good know-how about it, well, that would be very, very valuable. Valuable for me.
Hello,
if you want to later, I will not give you a link, just search for this name if you want. The rating bars, the thresholds I don't think are very important. Sorry about that. Yes, the AI did solve the problem easily. Yes, please, let's cancel AI. And that was regarding the article. Let him do it, review and fix, repeat. I think that you're right that it should be interactive process of repetitions. Hmm. Start with rough notes with your ideas, put them in the AI, then after writing the first draft, you iterate on it with the help of AI. Not the. I need to change the highlighting of comments because sometimes. Sometimes the comment is too big. Humans think about what to do and leave all the how to the AI. The thing is that I think that I'm good at teaching and explaining and finding good examples. If I claim that AI should write the article, I should just tell it I want an article about segment trees, then my skills and my knowledge are not very much used here. And if indeed AI should write this article from scratch and then maybe I review it, then it's almost like saying that it doesn't need to be me who creates such a content. And yeah, there might be also a channel of this name. No, Hashcode was cancelled because of other things. Google, around the COVID start, Google cut a lot of costs of HR, advertisement, and in particular, all the competition team. Yeah, so it wasn't because of AI. Rainbow Smart. He's, just for context, he always solved problems from hardest to easiest. Because of that, he had terrible rating. What if I tell AI to mimic my style and it also makes mistakes? Smart AI. Write proper context. I don't know. What is this? The teach skill. Learn a topic across many sessions that build on each other. Turns the directory you run it into a standing teaching workspace and teaches you one topic across many sessions. But are you suggesting that I should use this tool to learn how to use AI for teaching well? I don't know about that. It might be a very obscure thing to try. I mean, I will certainly ask AI about the opinion of what we're talking about here. I disagree. I think it would solve AI problem without editorial. And I don't know how much there was discussion in Codeforces, but I think the two AIs solved it in a few minutes each without using hints, or maybe without using big part of the solution from Codeforces. Yes, I want to use AI to start using Manim and to do visualizations better. But it's different. It's not that chess, AI in chess is used for something completely different. In particular, I don't want to use AI to solve problems for me to discuss. I want to use it to make it faster for me to write articles, for example, about competitive programming topics. It's different. So in chess, you would compare it to writing articles about skills in chess, which is strange and rare. I don't know. I don't know if there is Meta Hacker Cup this year. I think it needs to be some kind of iteration, back and forth. I agree that already some initial context, my review, my stamp of approval, those are important things too and useful. Maybe also I should learn to use AI tools to teach and to write articles, not even with the current capability of AI models in mind, but rather assuming that they will keep getting better. So let's think what might happen in 2 years, in 5 years. This stream is depressing. Okay, was there anything else that I wanted to do? So we tried Claude and ChatGPT on some IOI 2026 problem. Now, it would be nice maybe to find some other problem without editorial, something obscure. What can I find? I can find... there are problems from Polish Olympiad. There are problems from Potyczki. Okay. Oh, okay. I know what to do. I will grab a very difficult task from Algorithmic Engagements, the Polish competition from a few years ago. Something where I expect no public editorial. No. 2018 problems. Yep. Okay. So this is a competition from 2018. I was the chief judge. The Algorithmic Engagements is extremely difficult contest. It's possibly the hardest contest in the world in competitive programming. It's only in Poland, and the qualification round lasts for 1 week. In particular, you have 1 weekend for the last round, for the last 4 problems, which is the weekend round, and it's just really difficult. If we go here for the ranking, what you will see is that 2 people solved this task, Ricky, for 10 points, and others got 2 or less. This is for sure not the hardest problem that we got in this competition, but I think that it doesn't have an editorial. Then this one is also hard, and it's also very different, but I want to start with this guy. Now, can there be in the forum of this contest? But if I don't even provide the name of the problem, what if I just search for this? Can Google find it? No. I'm going to make a screenshot of this statement without including the name and the source, so it would be even harder to search for anything. Right? I think makes sense. For Chinese websites, I have no idea whether there are solutions. I cannot judge that. For Polish contest, I will know much better. Maybe. Yeah, he is indeed very, very strong. Yes, that's MNBVMAR. All right, so I want to now, do I need this? No, it's fine. I will make a screenshot. Okay, done. I have a screenshot of the task. If you want, of course, you can translate it from Polish to English. If you make a screenshot of this and you paste into something like ChatGPT, it will give you English statements. Actually, I will tell you the statement in a moment. Now, ChatGPT how to solve this competitive programming problem. Explain the solution, no code. Okay, here you go. And I want to use chat. Let's use high, third out of 4 options of thinking time. Send. Okay, now I want to do the same in Claude. I'm a little bit stupid and I don't know how to do it in the terminal to paste an image. So I'm just going to do it here. Yeah, I can do it like that. Explain the solution, no code. And now what I want to use is Opus. Can I effort high? Let's use effort extra. Chat covered. Okay, go. Okay, IT, I'm banning you. What are you doing? I don't know how many times you put the same command in total today. I don't understand the thought process of such people. Both are premium. Claude and ChatGPT are premium. The $10 per month option. I mean, yeah, but my image was, I screenshotted it in Windows, and in Linux I have a terminal, but that's a virtual machine, so it's even not trivial for me to move the image to the virtual machine. And the image was located, you know, physically on my computer. What I don't know, it's so nice from you. And I don't know how to describe such a compliment. Such a high culture. I mean, yeah, but let's say I don't want it to run tests. I just wanted to try to come up with a solution, given the statement. Actually, I can do that as a second thing. Try to find whatever sources you can get online. Also, I can ask it from what contest it is. You think that AI at some point will not be able to solve a problem, and it will, I don't know, kidnap family of tourist or somebody else and force him to solve the task? That's some way of achieving the solution. I think that AI is good at optimization problems. It won the AdCoder heuristic finals. Very raw compliment. I didn't know how to describe it really. I always use Linux. For my whole life, I use Linux for coding. Yeah, sad. How is ChatGPT doing? It's ChatGPT is searching websites, I see. Yeah, searching 11 websites. Well, I think it's optimal to do it, to try to do it this way. But this is good because it's a hard problem. I think it's like on the level of hardest IOI problem, but there should be no editorial. I hope that the fact that the statement is in Polish is not a big issue. Just in case, later I will ask, tell me the statement in English, and I will verify, because I know the task, I was the author. Actually, I can tell you the task. The task is that there are n bears on the grid. For every bear, you're given coordinates. The n is up to 250,000, coordinates up to 1 million. And they will in turn, bear 1, bear 2, and so on, they will roar. And when a bear roars, everybody else comes closer to it by 1 unit, and they can do it diagonally. They move like a chess king. So I will write it down. What is the problem statement? There are n bears, each with coordinates or x, y, whatever. They roar in order 1 to n. When a bear roars, all n-1, each of n-1 remaining bears comes closer like a chess king. What I mean by that is every other bear, if a bear is somewhere, in one move it can move to one of 9 spots, including itself. Among them, he chooses the spot that has smallest Euclidean distance to the target. So if this is first bear number 1 and he roars, then the bear from here, a bear that is top left from here, would go using this diagonal. So everything that is bottom left, not top left, from bear 1 will go up and right by 1 unit. Everybody from here goes to the right, everybody from this quarter goes this way, and so on. And you need to, easy problem would be, not easy, medium problem would be simulate this and print final coordinates of everybody. And now actual problem, for one bear is sick, for each bear, consider it to be sick and not to roar, and won't roar. For every bear, consider it being sick, find coordinates of everybody else, output some hash. The hash is not very important. Whatever, the sum of coordinates, the product, almost everything can be done. So you need to simulate n different scenarios. Let me verify if I got it right. Yeah, Limac is sick. He doesn't roar, and he also doesn't move. So he just stays there. You don't know who Limac is. For each k from 1 to n, find the final position of all the bears if the kth one is Limac, who is sick. For each possibility, output the final product of the coordinates. Sorry, the sum of products of coordinates, the sum of row times column. That's the task. Yeah, you can think about it if you want. In a moment, we'll see if AI can solve it. I'm not sure about that comparison. Hard to say. You can try both and check. Oh no. Where is this? Oh, right. Sorry, it was in the browser. Never mind. Too many things open. So Claude is still thinking. And what about ChatGPT? ChatGPT thought for 9 minutes. Oh no, it found it. Oh no. Oh no. You know what? I am not very smart. I will show you. Okay, I hit what's on the left. It fought for 9 minutes, and then it said, yeah, this is the problem from that competition from 2018. Here's the video. You know what it is? It's my own video. I didn't remember. I don't think that other problems from that contest have a video explanation. It might... Well, okay. ChatGPT 1. I mean, it's understandable it would be understandable if I didn't know about editorial existing. By the way, the video is 15 minutes. Okay, I believe it. I mean, you can analyze the video. But I think that Claude is honest. Claude will try to solve it. Outsmarted indeed. I don't know if no search helps, but maybe next time I will try. Still, by the way, 9 minutes is a lot. It's a lot of time. Oh, smart. Huh. I mean, I don't have access to that YouTube account, but... Well... I'm... So... There was that second hardest problem from the same contest. It's more with subtasks. Well... I think I want to get close to the end of the stream, so we'll wait some time for this. If this doesn't compute in the next 5 minutes, I will then just let you know in comments of the YouTube live stream what eventually happened. Also, what is the usage? 6% used, it's fine. It resetted an hour ago. Actually, let me check. Potyczki, videos. Yeah, the second hardest is not present. So, okay, I'm going to use the second hardest. I checked on that YouTube channel that the second hardest is not explained. Oh, 11 minutes. We have something. Is it reasonable? I think it's reasonable what Claude outputs. I wonder if I can ask, from what competition is this problem? Sanity check on the sample. Did I provide a sample? Yes, I did. Okay. From what competition is this problem? I mean, does it make sense to try now? It already knows the solution. I didn't use Fable because I would need to, I think, pay extra. Okay, what if, let's say that, okay, I'm going to now, in ChatGPT, delete that thing. I mean, it might still stay in memory, but maybe we'll be fine. Yes. New chat. Make it temporary. use high thing, and I will use the same prompt, and the prompt was this. Do not search for solutions online. No web search allowed at all. Okay. What the clues suggest, the Claude says that it searched for Polish phrasing, Codeforces Limek problems, potyczki, szkopły, and so on. Limek is the bear mascot that Kamil Erichta used in his Codeforces problems. Berlandia is a Polish rendering of Berland. The layout is the standard Polish thing. So it's a Polish training camp or course problem set rather than a public contest. Try to find a YouTube editorial video. I think that Claude honestly solved it in 10 minutes. And roughly from what I saw, it doesn't seem stupid. I don't know if it's a valid solution. I didn't read the whole thing. Oh, I mean, that part shouldn't be difficult. In particular, I don't know if it actually analyzes the video or just goes through the transcript. But it's not that AI, you know, watches it in the speed of a human. I also don't know how to well use AI for learning CP. Yeah, found it. Mm-hmm. Is there a public statement? Oh yeah, there is. Okay. Okay, the last thing I will do today is I will grab that second hardest problem. By the way, ChatGPT now tries to solve this with not searching the solution online. Now, it seems that the Claude just honestly solved it in 11 minutes, and I believe it because I think it matches the results of AIs in different hard competitions like Iowa and ICPC. The last thing today is I will also paste that second hardest problem, which doesn't have a YouTube solution. And also I'm confident we didn't use it because of the format. We didn't use it in anything like Universal Cup and similar contests, Open Cup. So I think it will be good. Right, so tasks. Okay, this is the task. It says count polygons. With some conditions. And it's hard. Okay. Actually, there is something interesting about this problem. I don't know. I wonder what Claude would do here in terms of coding, because it might help to pre-compute something. Optimal strategy in this problem is to let your program run for some time and use some values. I wonder, maybe later I will check that. But here I will say, how this thing, and here you go. And let me also ask ChatGPT. I wonder, can I, in a paid version, can I do 2 chats at the same time? Okay, I pasted this. Wait, no, this is wrong one. Stop. This. Okay, ChatGPT is also thinking. Well, yes, I don't care about AI being better than I am. I care about how it affects competitive programming. I will later try to learn more how to use a harness. No, the goal is to just check if it can solve. I help out to author around this. How recent that was? Codeforces contests 1108. Okay, so that was division 2 F. How difficult was that problem? 1 hour for some of the best. Okay. GPT 5.5 couldn't solve, but GPT 5.6 was able before editorial came out. I think the problem is 3000. Interesting. Now, what do I use? If I will hide this. When I here chose high, oh, it's 5.6. Okay, effort high. So we're using the thing that you said was enough to solve. Can you submit the solution on the website? Maybe I can, but we already tried that for IOI with the code. I guess here it would be slightly better. We can do that. No, I don't smoke. I did create, or maybe I didn't create a new conversation, not sure. I think no, I don't pay extra. Good question. I don't know. I think that I will also experiment with that eventually. Because I think that I'm experienced problem author, and I also can judge well a nice problem. And yeah, but also, is it okay? So if I could create a great Codeforces round, but the ideas for problems wouldn't be mine, but I would verify them, then is it okay or not to create such a Codeforces round? I tried to find a problem with no solution online, but even in something like problem preparation process, an author of the problem can try to use AI to solve the problem, and it still can solve the problem. I mean, many things are more okay than cheating. Though also you could call this cheating, it's just cheating in a different way. Yeah, this is a valid stance. Okay, this is the last thing that we will do today, I think, because it takes a lot of time. Later, maybe I will ask it to code that other the other problem, the one where Claude solved it in 11 minutes. What did we learn today? I already knew that AI is strong. I still think that ChatGPT is convenient for everyday use outside of coding. And I was surprised that the Claude in the terminal not only solves the problem, but automatically decides that it's good to download tests or create tests to run them using 10 processes. That's something new. I know that it can produce very good looking PDF with editorial to something. It seems like a powerful tool. Some things that I might do in the future. How I might use AI in the next year. Those are some ideas. Maybe I will number them if you want to refer to it by number. Well, help write articles about algorithms. Make video visualization with Manim. That's a Python tool by FreeBlue1Brown. Fully prepare educational problems, including the solutions and tests. For example, let's say segment tree problem set. Because for some stuff, there are good problem sets online. For some, there are not. And if I want to create, let's say, a Codeforces gym with problems about segment trees, so far it's required a lot of work, a lot of time. But now it seems that Claude might be very good at it with way less work from a human. I don't know right now how much less work it will be because I will want to check a lot of things, but it seems that it will help and it will only get better. Then another thing is try to create ideas for a real contest. Now then for that the question is this okay? Is this actually allowed? In particular, I claim that they wouldn't be able to detect that. I have experience of creating problems, and I think I'm sure that I think that I could use AI to create a problem and nobody would realize that, because how would you? But still the question is that okay? So maybe you should ask the community, maybe you should ask Mike Mirzayanov about it. I don't know. What else? Well, I have some bigger plans, like collect all my past problems. I think there are more than 300 of them, more than that. Some are not available anymore. HackerRank, CodeChef. I can use AI to do some work for me. I know what is a good thing. Translate Polish Olympiad problems and other Polish problems. There are a lot of quality problems from Polish competitions that are not easily available. Then write editorials, for example, for Polish Olympiad problems. And I already use AI in some things. For example, recently I asked it to give me 10 standard problems about some topic related to game theory, because I wanted to teach somebody and I chose from that problem set. It was great. It gave me links to Codeforces problems, for example. So I used it as a search engine. Certainly it ruined LeetCode ranking. Yep, makes sense. Also, I don't know, website. I currently don't have a website. I also need to fix GitHub repository and the Wikipedia, the wiki of GitHub, the FAQ. I actually don't use either. I know that it exists. I never used it, but it seems that I should just, instead of even learning it, I can learn basic commands. I will just ask AI to write something, to create something. And by the way, I will use the community version. That already I know. And it's not about creating a ton of documents. It's about me deciding what to do, how to do, and nothing here will be fully automatic. Oh, let me clarify. I don't want to paste a Polish problem, say write an editorial in English, and upload that to Codeforces. I mean, I guess I could do it with a clarification that this is AI. What I want to do is that it's something that I could do myself. It would take a lot of time. I want to do it, but more efficiently. So it's some kind of either AI writes first, then I check and correct, or the other way around. I write editorial and then it corrects after me. This is a lot of things here is how I want to be more efficient and I want to increase my output of teaching. That's a philosophical question of, is it all powerful? Maybe. Maybe in the future the like real human-made problems will be treated as something beautiful, especially problems with stories inspired by something from real life. If your dog dies and you make a problem about it, that's good because maybe it wasn't created by AI. Really? But what does it change? I mean, okay, I see that it means that they don't want to be overwhelmed with AI submissions. There was some discussion about this through this live stream, and on-site competitions will remain good and important. The online landscape changed already completely, and now the online results are not really that important. In Codeforces, you shouldn't anymore care that much about your rank in a contest, so what place you get. You shouldn't care that much about your rating, which is sad. It was a huge source of motivation for me when I learned and when I practiced to be better and better. So only on-site competitions will now be important in terms of results, and online competitions with proctoring, where you record or somebody checks stuff. Oh yeah, that is the word I was looking for. Artisanal problems. 0% AI, human-made. There is a meme about that. Human-made whole. No? I recall something like this. This hole was dug by a human. I cannot find it. Oh, I see. That in lead code. Okay, got it. No, it wouldn't be all the problems. But if I was to do it, some of this, I would also, for example, choose which problems I recommend. I think it would be nice to go through the history of Polish competitions like Olympiad and choose problems that are nice, that I recommend to people. So I don't even care about translating all of them because some of them will be boring, especially those from 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago, maybe one problem per 5 is nice, that you should really solve it, compared to nice problems from current editions. No, there isn't any possibility, I think, for strong cheating detection. And yes, this is a Polish judge, but it has problems in Polish and without editorials. Good question. Oh, wait, that's the previous task, right? Okay. I will just open it again. I cannot seem to find it in Claude. What's going on? So I see that I opened it from scratch. ChatGPT still thinks. Oh, this is the do not search for solution online. Wait, was that temporary chat? Okay, it was, so it didn't find it. So when I in ChatGPT, I told it to solve that hardest problem without looking up anything in the internet. It didn't do it in 20 minutes, and now by mistake I closed it. And in Claude, it seems that I cannot now find your, what do you mean your previous message wasn't sent? You can try again. I did send it. I remember seeing the thinking for a long time. Okay. Well, it seems we have no results. I'm sure I saw things being processed. Also, I will check all the things that I have open. Oh, okay. I got a result from Claude. Strange. Okay, now I found the thing that I wanted. So, for the second hardest problem, polygons counting, ChatGPT still struggles. It searched a lot of websites, tried different things. It is analyzing zero-sum primitive Pythagorean subsets. It cannot do it yet. In Claude, we have something after 17 minutes. Let me roughly verify if it makes sense. Sure. I know the solution, so I'm just trying to understand if it works here. It's mostly correct. I don't know what never bites means. Okay. I'm guessing that most of it is correct. Maybe not everything, but I'm estimating that 90% of this is the intended solution. I would need to spend more time thinking about it. And also, I can say, write C++ code. But I think there is still some pre-computation part where you cannot really create the full code that easily. And yeah, ChatGPT still thinks. It's interesting that Claude did it quite fast, 20 minutes. Oh no, the problem solving in competitive programming is you don't learn it only to solve problems in other competitions. After you'd have competitive programming experience, you get quite a lot of skills, and only one of them is that when given an algorithmic problem, you can solve it. And some skills will not now be very useful, like writing a bug-free code and being able to debug. But thinking about different parts, connecting them, that still will be useful for many years. Already, before AI, it's not that solving algorithmic problems was very important in a normal job, but still it was a skill, for example, used in checking whom to hire. So checked during coding interviews, though that was also because it's easy to compare different people. If it can be done, then yes, I think AI will do it. Maybe it cannot be done? I don't know. No, I don't think there is a way to do it. I mean, I'm sure that you also can think about solutions to some problems, during a contest where somebody else will say that it's crazy that you can do it. No, I never worked on AI. I worked on machine learning a little bit, but it was many years ago, and it wasn't similar to what is happening now. I mean, it's easy to understand what is the point of cheating. It feels nice to be high in the leaderboard, to have good rating. Your friends think that you are strong. You're happy that you see accepted. It's like using cheats in a video game. It's understandable that you want to be immortal and all-powerful in a video game. Great, you are winning against others. You're beating other humans. Of course, it's artificial and stupid, and you shouldn't do it. But I understand why people cheat. Interesting calculations. Can you send me a message regarding that, like via Codeforces or something like this? I will take care of it. A lot of tokens. Okay. I was never in Google. And I don't remember. Maybe we did meet? Not sure. Okay. So Claude is working on this code. The ChatGPT is still stuck on solving the problem. I think that mostly Claude properly solved it. Also, I think that there is no editorial out there. So it's not that ChatGPT is strictly better. Also, it is possible that there are some big issues here, and ChatGPT already realized that and still tries to find the proper solution. Well, as I said at the beginning, I will just say at the end, I don't like AI, but I want and I plan to use it more. For example, to do visualizations and a lot of other things. I wrote it here. Once more, also, I want to thank Harbor Space for sponsoring my live streams, my work. You might want to consider, if you're in high school, consider joining the Olympiad classes by Harbor Space. It's free. If you're in high school, if you're eligible for IOI, I will teach group classes at easy and hard level for the next half a year almost, which is a very nice thing. And I will finish the stream with how I started the stream, showing you the result of Gemini. This share conversation, because I just find it very funny, showing that still AI is very stupid. And then that will be stream over. You can later rewatch the beginning of the live stream, for example, on YouTube. I talked about it. There are many reasons. And even there are some reasons that I didn't state. For example, there are data centers that make water less available and the power more expensive for people nearby. And it's very loud. Yeah, it's a lot of reasons. I asked Gemini today, it's a free version of Gemini, how to solve this competitive programming problem. Link, no code, just explain the solution. It explained some solution, but it seemed unrelated. It wasn't for that problem. Did you access the official editorial, or did you come up with the solution by using the problem statement only? Directly from the statement. What is the problem statement that you solved? It seems that your solution is for another problem than the one I linked. And it said this: I owe you an apology. I hallucinated a generic adcoder string swapping problem instead of telling you directly that I couldn't access the link. Imagine that you're talking with a human and you say, can you solve this problem? And you give a link. And instead of they cannot click a link, so they say, yeah, here's a solution to some problem. Because I couldn't reach adcoder.jp directly, I attempted to retrieve the problem details, but I failed. Then I filled the gaps with a standard minimum swaps of ABC under K operations. So nice. Yeah, I then switched to higher version of thinking. It still just hallucinated. And then I pasted a screenshot of the statement, then it could solve it in a correct way. Maybe Gemini would be best to test for problem solving, but I don't have a paid version because it cannot even access adcoder. I don't know. So maybe adcoder is safe, at least in terms of providing links. Yes, you hallucinated that. I never worked in Google Warsaw. I was physically there. I visited. I attended some lecture. I played tennis, but that's it. I mean, I don't care about day-to-day software. I care specifically about teaching. The creating code is an afterthought. Yep. Tons of water used in this video. True. I mean, I'm aware that by doing anything, including AI especially, we waste resources. For the second here question, I changed to the highest option that I could use in free version of Google Gemini. I mean, actually, if you count you watching the video, you watching the live stream, and I think this was particularly highly viewed thing. We have 100 people on Twitch and I guess 100 on YouTube. Yeah, so 200 people are now watching this live stream, meaning that it could literally be a video of a village of people watching the live stream. But in terms, by the way, in terms of wasting resources, my logic in life, my approach in life to something like that is that when you pay $5 for something, almost no matter what it is, you waste resources equivalent to at most $5. So it's not that you pay $5, you get something, but in some magical way, you this way paid for resources worth $50. It's not a perfect logic because some things are subsidized, including still AI. I think that Gemini and Claude and so on, they might be losing money providing this service, but still it's not that I suddenly am able to waste so much water. But that being said, I'm aware of this and I don't like it. It's one of the reasons why I hate AI, that it uses so many resources. I didn't think that you're accusing me of doing something bad and a village was very sad because of that. But still, my analysis stands. Yeah, sad. Okay, let me stop destroying the world today, at least for now. Thank you everybody for watching the stream. Thanks to Harbor Space for sponsoring it and for letting me do some things like the group classes for Olympiad students. I don't know, you can write to me a message or you can in YouTube comments tell me what you think, for example, about those points. You can refer to them. You can say, do you think some particular points are very valuable or very stupid? I'm interested to hear what you think. Sorry if I didn't write or I didn't read your comment today, but the chat was particularly active and I'm happy about it, by the way. It's like suffering from success, you know, the fact that I couldn't keep up with the chat. All right, see you soon. I will stream again this week for sure. I don't know when. You can subscribe on YouTube, and also in Codeforces, at least few hours in advance, I put the stream countdown, for example. So like you see this if you frequent Codeforces. Right, price of being famous indeed. I'm ready to pay that. Bye everybody, have a great day. Please don't cheat in competitions. Keep the competitive programming great for yourself and for others. Really, if you don't cheat and you actually climb the ladder and you actually become better and you solve a hard problem on your own, it's so satisfying. So I wish that you do it.